Did not allow present discrimination to become future victimization. She did not allow present discrimination to become future victimization. Welcome back to the Biblical Conservative channel, where we come against the anti-God, anti-biblical, anti-human, anti-American spirit that is looking to prevail in this world and this land. I appreciate the comments. Please like, share, hit that notification bell so you can receive the latest information when videos like this are dropped. There has always been this desire by white liberals and progressives to figure out what to do with black people in general and black men specifically. It's as if they have a burning desire to be the savior to the black community. All the social programs enacted under FDR and LBJ were just preludes to what is being discussed presently. When this question was posed to Frederick Douglass after emancipation back in 1865, his answer was an emphatic, "Do nothing with us," because the manipulation of black people by white liberals and progressives has led to the cultural rot, which is most acute in inner cities. The overemphasis in the culture of anecdotal incidents between black men and law enforcement, or the constant barrage of victimization in the media and entertainment. There's a large segment of the population that expects black people to remain helpless and feeble. I'm reminded of this when I see the racist policy implemented in a Minneapolis school district.
Require white teachers to be fired first, regardless of seniority. The district defending the policy as a way to remedy the continuing effects of past discrimination. Joining us now to react, former Republican candidate for Minnesota governor, Army veteran, and Take Charge Minnesota president, Kendall Quayles, and Take Charge Minnesota ambassador and attorney, Coffee Monska. Welcome to both of you. What's your reaction, if I can start with you, Kendall, to this move?
Well, first of all, just repugnant. You know, you think about the discrimination that we faced in this country back in the 50s and 60s. It was wrong then, it's wrong now, regardless of who's the victim. It's wrong, and we shouldn't stand for it as a country, and it's why we're involved in making sure we correct this.
The policy states that instead of teacher layoffs or relocations being decided on seniority, like it is in pretty much everywhere else in the country, no, schools in this district can ignore that and dismiss someone who has seniority if a teacher of color would be laid off. In other words, reverse discrimination. This sounds eerily similar to the arguments made by Ibram X. Kendi in his book, How to Be an Anti-Racist. This school district is looking to correct past discrimination by calling for and enacting present and future discrimination. When things like this take place, I can't help but to think about my mom. My mom worked as a counselor and teacher in Alabama, starting in the late 60s. I'm sure she dealt with a lot of racism and discrimination. Undaunted, she was determined to fight through that because there were children that needed to be educated. You see what I said? That needed to be educated. She did not allow present discrimination to become future victimization. She did not allow present discrimination to become future victimization. Yet in today's culture, teachers unions are using schools as platforms for virtue signaling. They could really care less about a child learning how to read or write. Teachers unions see their roles as a vehicle through which social justice will be implemented in the schools. Oh, we must reverse the wrongs of the past, and let's use the schools to do it. The American Federation of Teachers, the AFT, and the National Educators of America, the NEA, both endorsed the inclusion of the 1619 Project in school curriculum. As an aside, I vehemently disagree with the premise of the 1619 Project. The assertion that America was founded on slavery and therefore all the institutions of America are inherently racist is a Marxist tactic utilized to sow discord and subvert America from within. You have to understand something about Marxism. See, Marxism, when it started back in Germany, when it started, it was between the proletariat and the bourgeoisie, trying to create a class warfare. But in America, what they have done, they've turned it into cultural Marxism, where they're trying to pit people, balkanize people, separate people based upon external qualities, and use race, the thing that has been the constant thorn in the side of America, and use that to destroy America. The intent of this project, the 1619 Project, is not to highlight history in a non-biased manner, but rather to further divide America based on race. At the same time, if they're going to inject the 1619 Project into school curricula, they should also include Bob Woodson's 1776 Unites curriculum as well. I don't foresee that happening. In Buffalo, New York, for example, students are told that all white people perpetuate systemic racism. The Arizona Department of Education has created what they call an equity toolkit, which absurdly claims that babies can be racist. This type of disconnection from reality would be funny if there were not real-life consequences associated. Lives of precious children are being discarded, all in the name of equity. Lives and futures of precious children are being discarded, all in the name of equity. The ones affected by this the most are the communities that these crusaders desire to help. Instead of producing the future leaders of America, they are churning out new cogs in the racist system of the state. To reiterate what Frederick Douglass said, what shall we do with the Negro? The question was posed to him. Do nothing with us. Your doing with us has already played the mischief with us. And that's the whole point of this channel, is that we are not victims. We are empowered for greatness, that we have our own agency, and everything is not about black and white. Everything really is about who you believe in, about your spiritual component. Are you in the family of God, or are you in the family of the devil? Yet we have to talk about race because that's what the culture, that's what the media, that's what the government, that's what the Marxists are using to divide us and conquer us and to turn us into China. That's what they want. So we have to push back against that and argue the fact that whatever they're doing is not going to benefit us. But we do it from a position, not using their argument and playing in their arena. No, we got to bring them out of their arena and put them into truth. Because you can't fight in an arena that's based upon deception and lies. You can't. That's not where you want to be. That's not your position of authority, if you will. You must operate from your position of authority, and our position of authority comes from a position of truth. We must communicate that truth in a loving way that people can understand and receive it. See, the most important thing is not to talk about facts and figures. That doesn't always resonate with people. You must tell a story, and tell the story to the point that it convinces them that what you're doing is the truth. Just like preaching the gospel. You show them the benefits of preaching the gospel. You show them the detriments if they don't receive it. And the same thing when it comes to the truth that we're looking to espouse here at this channel and everywhere else. Because we are not victims. We are empowered for greatness. Thank you so much for liking your comments and subscribing to the channel. Please share this with your friends. Smash that like button. Smash the subscription bell. Share this with everybody you know. We're trying to make sure people understand that they're not victims, that they are empowered for greatness, and all this stuff that's out here that's telling them otherwise is false and will not benefit them in the end. So please, I appreciate that. Share that.